Hi guys, hope you guys are doing good. We're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about low risk and high returns. But before we start, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content, right? Do also check out our Telegram channel for free signals, free educational content, and more. Now today I'm going to be giving you an example, explain how you can trade with low risk and high returns in Forex with a signal that I actually sent, a free signal that I sent in the Telegram channel. If you haven't joined, find the link in the description below and be part of the team. So as we all know, I combine BTMM with order flow, so I always want to get an understanding of the order flow before I think of applying my BTMM concepts. So before I sent out the signal on KJPY, this was my projection, and as you can all see, we had level 3 behavior at this top, because when I got to my terminal I saw the opportunity when the market was here. So as you can see, as market dropped, we had a drop, base, drop, and then this base area, as you can see, was the one responsible for breaking all these structures. This base area was responsible for breaking all these structures, and as you can see, price made its way back to that base area. For those who have been following my videos, you'll understand why I call these base areas. Now as you can see, as price went back to that area, we can see the momentum. How price left the area is the same reaction that we had when price came back, and this was a very clean zone. This was a very clean zone. Remember, when you are analyzing, your zone strength is very important. You need to understand your zone strength. So I got to my terminal when price was down here. As you can see, we had a drop, base, drop, not really something strong, but I could tell that price is coming away from a base area. So this is what I call price approach. Price, after breaking structure, we had a nice price approach back to the decision point, or some people call it the base area. So my targets on this trade was to see the market go all the way down here, because this was the beginning of the price approach. Now if we go and check out how this trade played out, as you can see, we actually took this trade right here, just as you have seen on the, I've just shown you on my Telegram. That is where I save my projections. So if we can go to the 1 hour to get a clear view of what was happening, we took this trade around this area, and if we can look at the risk, the risk that we had right here, we're risking 17 pips, and our target was down here. Remember what I said, my target was to see the market go down to the beginning of the price approach. As price made its way back to the decision point, I wanted to see the market continue going down. So my targets on this trade, remember, risk is you need to make sure that you consider your risk. Do not be concerned about your profit before, because if you focus more on the profit, you're going to end up being greedy. You're going to end up not practicing proper risk management, and of course you end up with a blown account. So before you think of doing anything, you need to ask yourself, how much risk are you exposing yourself to? How are you exposing your account to? Do not just trade. So you need to accept how much you are risking on a trade before you even click buy or sell. You need to accept, and you need to know that, okay, if this trade doesn't play out, because I mean, anything can happen in the market, there is no 100%. If there was 100%, then everybody would be rich. So in this trade, our risk was 17 pips, and our target, remember, our target was the beginning of the price approach. The target was 65 pips, and already that is very good, 67 pips, that is good risk to reward, risking 17 pips for 67, that is good risk to reward. Now these are the type of trades that you want to focus on. These are the type of trades that you want to focus on. Why? Because if you can focus on low risk and high returns in Forex, even though you might lose a couple of trades here and there, because of risk management, you will be able to stay in the game, and you will be able to compound your account, and be a good trader. And as you can see, this trade actually here went all the way down. This trade went all the way down and hit 100 pips, but you do not be greedy, you must stick to your plan. You should always stick to your plan, guys. Do not, I mean, of course, when you're back testing or whatever, you might see that, okay, this move went all the way for 100 pips, but always stick to your plan, right? Because I mean, this is good. Risking 17 pips for 66, that's a good trade, right? You do not have to be greedy, right? So those are the type of trades that you want to focus on, right? So the same explanation that I just gave you, we're gonna go through it now, right? We're gonna go through it. Remember, you need to make sure that you're looking for low risk and high returns in Forex, right? So guys, we've looked at this, right, from a clean chart, right? Because remember, you need to understand price from a clean chart, right? That's my approach. As you all know, I combine BTMM with order flow, right? So if we can go and throw in those EMAs right there and now just analyze this from a BTMM perspective, what we can see is we had a peak formation, right? A nice peak formation right here, right? After the peak formation, what did we have? We had a 1350 crossover. Sorry about that, guys. We had a 1350 crossover, right? What does a 1350 crossover mean? It basically means that this peak formation here has been locked, right? After that, what happened? We had a drop. Remember, the base area we were talking about is this one, guys, right? The base area we're talking about is this one. So this was going to be the area, right? So this type of approach, guys, I know a lot of you guys make these mistakes, right? I know you would be looking to sell there, and just trying to grab some pips here and there, which is, I know in the long run, is very frustrating. Okay, so now that I've identified that the peak formation has been locked, remember, this is 1 week of drop, right? You need to understand your periodic drops and rises. Okay, this is 1 week of drop. We've got a 1350 crossover. We have identified the base area, right? We have identified the base area. Remember, price has to come back and give us a reset. This is called a peak reset into the new week, as you can see, right? This peak reset happened at a base area after structure had been broken, right? This happened after structure had been broken, as you can see, right? But remember, after a 1350 crossover, what do you wait for? You wait for the first pullback to the 50 EMA. Now, where a lot of people make mistakes is they want to go very aggressive, right? They want to be very, very aggressive. Though as soon as price just touches the 50 EMA, you find people going short. And because also they think they want to keep their risk low, what will happen is, right, they'll have their stops just here. But you do not actually understand that you've got your stops into a base area. This is where banks have their hidden pending orders, all order flow, right? But if you can understand where your base areas are, you are actually going to be able to wait for this zone, right? You're going to be able to wait for this zone, knowing that this zone is your base area. And as you can see, price got into that area, right? This was a new week, right? So if we can take it down to the H1, right? Take it down to the H1, this actually happened right here, right? Do you see what we see right here? We had a 5200 crossover, so this was actually a peak reset, right? You see, it happened above the 200 EMA, right? At a base area, right? Remember the zone strength, how price left the area. This is how price left the area, right? We can see how price left the area right there. Look at that momentum, right? And that's the same thing. We had a nice M formation. So in this case, it means if you're going to be trading an M formation, your entry was supposed to be right there. You're going to be risking 11 pips, right? And remember, beginning of the PA, 100 pips. Think about that. Risking 10 pips for 100 pips. But now you need to understand your order flow. You also need to understand your level counts, right? Your level counts are very important. So if we can go to the H4, right, after price had left this, what do we have? This happened above the 50 EMA, which is the 200 EMA in the H1. I want you to see how price reacts to these base areas. So what do we have? Remember, we took the trade right here, drop, base. So look at what happened. Price created a base area. Look at the momentum. What does price do? Price breaks structure, right? After price breaks structure, it makes its way back to the 50 EMA, right? But look at what's on the left. This is a base area, right? So this whole area right here is a base area, right there. And then look at how price kept reacting and moving away from that. The same momentum is the same momentum that we could see there. Price went all the way down, broke structure, right? So this base area is the one responsible for the break of this structure. So we had a lower low, and then price then made its way back to the base area. We also had the 50 EMA in sight, right? So do you see that the opportunities that we had right here were very good, right? Low risk and high returns. Right, so guys, that's all for today, right? Of course, you need to go back test this, right? Don't just start executing. You need to sit down, watch this video a couple of times, right? And do this, guys. It's easier. Of course, with my approach, I like understanding a chart from a clean chart, right, before I look at the EMAs. But now, as you understand the order flow on a clean chart, it is now easier for you to apply your BTMM concepts. All right, guys, hope you guys learned something from this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to be notified when we upload any new content. And do check out our free Telegram channel in the description below. Find the link there. Cheers.